Okay, this is step one of creating the marbles, and what I want to point out to you here is some things that you need to do as your base layer, or it will not turn out correct on the top. So let's examine some things in this marble in the middle here. So notice this is a reddish orange, but it's a kind of got a bright undercoat to it. Same with this blue. It goes from light to dark, so it swoops up. So I'm going to use this part as an example to demonstrate for you the kind of base that you need to have. And we're going to talk about how hard to press with the pencil, layering, and all of that. So small circles, very, very subtle. There's no heavy streaks. We're not building up a waxy layer. We're just creating a nice base coat so that when we put in that blue, it has its true color. So it will be a little bit brighter towards the edge. So notice where the yellow is located. Yellow is a very transparent pigment, so we need to have a nice solid or almost solid area of white as the base for the yellow. We will put a little bit underneath the reddish orange, just a tiny bit, and I'm leaving a gap right here in the middle for this dark area, which we could use blue violet or indigo and experiment with mixing. Okay, so notice how soft and subtle this shading is. We do not want to press very hard when applying all these subtle layers. We can take a look at this marble right here that's even darker. There's a lot of little tones that don't really show up in the video. It looks very dark and black in the middle, but there are some slight value variations there. So if we're looking at this marble, I've begun to put in some base layers for obviously the parts that are white, but some of the blue on the sides is a little bit lighter. So I'll add just a little bit under there so that we can get that hue to come through. And then if you notice, there are some cast shadows here that we should outline. So those are things that need to be put in very subtly without very much pressure. There's this reflection, which needs to be applied as well, where the light is shining through. So I am going to put the contour for those shadows in there, but not at the moment. Those need to be very precise. But just make sure all of your really bright areas that are highlights are definitely mapped out and established. And that's all I'm going to do for video part 1. Part 2 you will watch next.